So, as I was doing my Bible study last night in the book of Matthew in chapter 6, I found something that really stood out to me and I just felt like I needed to share. So, here we go. Every time I've talked about fasting with people, the scripture has always been brought up, and when you fast, which is in Matthew 6. And people use it and say, Jesus had the expectation that we would fast. Just like when we take communion or when we get baptized when we first come to Christ, it's an expectation. But as I was reading, there was something else that I noticed. So here in chapter 16, it does say, and when you fast, followed by a way that you should fast. But if you go back and look earlier in the chapter, it also says, and when you give and when you pray. And you guys, this really stood out to me because we are not only expected to fast, but we're also expected to give and to pray. And a lot of times we become so anxious, like, how do I do this? Do I need to give 10%? How should I be praying? How should I be fasting? And although there are a lot of ways to do these things, if you just read chapter 6, it gives you the guidelines to do so. How you should give correctly, how you should pray correctly, how you should fast correctly. So this was something that really jumped out to me because it's not just about and when you fast, but it's also and when you pray and when you give. These are all three expectations that Jesus and God has for us to do, not just fasting, but also prayer and also giving. These are also things that will strengthen our walk in our relationship with the Lord.